The Hammond collection is a Jurassic toy line that was released in 2022, and it is described as a line that celebrates the thrills and adventure of the entire Jurassic World franchise. And its goal is to set a new quality standard for dinosaur collectibles. Now, as a Jurassic fan, I've just been recently getting into the world of toys for the first time, and I opened a Hammond collection Tyrannosaurus Rex previously on the channel. But on today's video, I'll be unboxing the Dr. Ellie Sattler Hammond collection toy.
Stars and Stripes!
Hello and welcome to another Carrot Scraps video, and by another I mean the 150th. And of course, before I started the video, I wanted to give a couple of disclaimers up front, but before that, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching 150 videos on the channel. I love YouTube so much, and I've enjoyed making different kinds of content over the last couple of years. And I really appreciate all of the old and new viewers for sticking around, especially when I'm trying new stuff like unboxing videos or Jurassic videos. Now, as a reminder for the video today, I am not an expert on toys or action figures. I've collected toys for over a decade, but typically I keep them in the box. And it wasn't until recently that I started unboxing them for the channel. So I'm not going to know as much about these toys once I actually have them out of the box as other collectors might. So just keep that in mind as you're watching and listening to my commentary. Anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the Dr. Ellie Sattler action figure. Now, when it comes to the packaging for this particular toy, I like it a lot. I like that you get to see the figure a lot better than my previous Hammond collection toy. It's really cool that you get to see everything that it comes with, and looking at it on the face is very appealing. And then, of course, you get a clip from the movie where this figure is from, which I think is also cool as well. I also like that you get to see this very detailed look at the action figure on the back. And when it came to unboxing, I didn't really have any problems. It was fairly simple, and taking her out of the box was very quick. So a pretty straightforward box opening experience. Now, I haven't had the biggest budget for a while. The money situation in the Carrot household has been pretty tight for the past year, and that's been really disappointing because since Jurassic World Dominion came out, there have been a number of cool toys being released that I really wanted to participate in, and I just couldn't. But I remember seeing this Hammond collection, Ellie Sattler, and thinking, man, what an iconic figure. One of the most iconic scenes for Ellie, where she's digging through a dinosaur poop. And I remember thinking that I wanted it really badly. And then it just so happened to be that this figure was on sale, and then was on sale again. So it was cut, there was a reduced price, and then they reduced the reduced price. And I guess, I don't know why they did that. Maybe it's because not everybody wants a poop hands Ellie Sattler, but I definitely wanted a poop hands Ellie Sattler, so I'm really glad that I was able to get that. Now, what's really interesting about this particular toy to me is how it contrasts to other Jurassic World toys. So my Jurassic World Dominion Claire Deering action figure is very similar to this action figure. I had mentioned in a previous video that I think Claire is just slightly taller than Ellie, but they seem to be very similar. In fact, their joints seem to be exactly the same. They seem to be similarly stiff once they come out of the box, but once you start to exercise them a little bit more and play with the toy a little bit more, they're a little bit more flexible, but they are very, very similar. That being said, I criticized Claire Deering's face in the Dilophosaurus pack that she came in. She just looked very simple, in my opinion. She didn't look too incredible when it came to her likeness to the actress who plays her. However, Ellie Sattler is a little bit different in this degree. I actually think that the face on this figure looks pretty good. I genuinely think that this is a well-painted and well-sculpted figure, especially when it comes to the face, but also when it comes to the shirt and the way that it's tied. I don't know, I think there's a pretty good degree of detail here when it comes to this action figure, and I guess that's what you're supposed to get with the Hammond collection figures, right? You're supposed to get an elevated level of detail. I guess I just didn't expect that from the human characters and was just expecting that from the dinosaurs. But at least to me, when comparing this human action figure from the Jurassic franchise to another human action figure from a different toy in the Jurassic, franchise, but, still in the same franchise, different toy line, I think that this person, this human being, looks better than others, which I think is pretty cool. Now, of course, Ellie Sattler has poop action arms that are exchangeable. She has a pair of regular arms that you can have, and then you can pull out the two arms that she comes with and attach poop arms, which, mimic the scene from the movie. She's wearing these long gloves with this delightfully playful paint indicating the poop on her on the from the wrists to her hands. And I don't know, I think it's cool. It looks good. You know, all jokes aside, it's a well rendered look from the movie. It's an iconic part of the film, and I think it's pretty cool that you get to have one or the other, your option of which Ellie you want. Do you want the Ellie who just went diving into Triceratops poop, or do you want the Ellie who should wash her hands before she remembers to eat anything? That choice is completely up to you. Now, funny enough, this figure also comes with a leaf, a pretty big leaf, and I have a funny story about this leaf. I remember seeing this toy before it went on sale and wanting it, and seeing this giant leaf and thinking, oh, I guess they just gave her a leaf, you know, because she's a paleobotanist, right? I guess that makes sense. And I just thought it was kind of silly that they were giving her a giant leaf because of her occupation. But then I was rewatching Jurassic Park recently, and for the first time in probably years and dozens of times rewatching this film, I noticed that she actually does have a leaf in one of the opening scenes of the movie. When she's talking to Alan, you know, she's talking about, like, you know, what plants should be around and what's extinct. I always thought she was reading a brochure. I have no idea why I thought this, but I always thought she was reading a brochure in that scene, and only during this most recent viewing did I actually notice that she's looking at a plant. She's looking at a giant leaf. And I just think that's fascinating. It's almost as if I've unlocked a new Mandela effect, because in my head, I've always remembered it being a little red, white, and yellow pamphlet that she's reading instead of a giant leaf. And I just thought it was funny that I saw this action figure and didn't think that it was accurate to the film, but little did I know it completely was. When it comes to price, she was marked at $15, and I mean, I think this is a really good action figure. I just don't know if that's necessarily worth $15. I don't know. I've spent $15 on different action figures that are a little bit bigger and have a little bit more options, so there's a part of me that wants to say that that's a little overpriced, but I'm still not entirely sure yet. I will say that when I look up this figure on Amazon, it's marked down to $3.99, so that means that this figure is on sale pretty much everywhere, and I'm not sure whether that's because this is just Ellie Sattler. I hope that's not the reason, because she's an awesome character, or if it's because she's Poop Hands Ellie Sattler, which I guess I also hope that's not the reason, because what a great scene. What a cool version of Ellie to have in the multiverse of Jurassic. But there is something going on here. For some reason, this figure, either there was too many made or people just don't want it, and it's being marked down pretty regularly. And so in the end, I really like this figure. And if I was going to give it a rating out of 20, which is a normal rating system that everybody uses, I would give it a 17 out of 20. And I know that's a pretty high score, but I think this is a genuinely really cool looking action figure. It's very simple. I love the paint job, I love the boots, I love the articulation, I love the choice in arms and how easy it is to switch the arms, and I think one of the best details about this character is the face for me. I genuinely think the face looks really good, I think it's well painted, I think it's well sculpted, and I think she genuinely looks like Laura Dern from the movie. So I think it's a really great looking action figure, and especially since it's on sale pretty consistently, I think you can get it for a pretty good price. But I would love to know what you think of the Poop Hands Ellie Sattler action figure. Do you think that this is an appropriate price for the action figure at full price? Do you know why this action figure is on sale, or do you think that there are better action figures out there and that I gave it too high of a score? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. If for some reason you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and to subscribe to my channel for more. As regular viewers know, I make a variety of content on my channel, and I'm always going to make the videos that I want to make. But if you see something you enjoy, make sure to let me know, and I'll try to prioritize that kind of content in the future. Over on Twitch, I typically play superhero games like Marvel's Avengers, Gotham Knights, and Marvel Snap, but occasionally I'll play a horror game like Resident Evil. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, make sure to check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/carrotscraps. And all my other social media, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram are at carrotscraps as well. So I want to thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. I love this shot so much because it's like, oh, nice leaf, Ellie. I just brought my rifle. Yeah, nice one. It's like the Chad Claire Deering versus the soy Ellie Sattler. Oh, nice leaf. Oh, cool. I just have a weapon here. You try to fight the raptors with your leaf, Ellie, because I'll use my rifle.